Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm going to start the Marion Township Board of Supervisors workshop meeting for Thursday, January 22nd. Time is now 7:01 p.m. First item, as always, is the Pledge of Allegiance. I'll ask everyone to please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. At this time, I want to announce that the meetings are being recorded for audio and video. As always, please silence or set your phones to vibrate. Anyone wishing to address the board can do so during public comment, which is next. We ask that you sign in on the sheet and then approach the front so that we can clearly hear who you are and what your comment is on the recording. At this time, do we have any public comments? Okay. No public comments. We'll move forward into the reports. The sanitary engineers report. We'll give it a quick skim, but we'll go over that more on Thursday night. Looks like we're going to be moving forward under the sort of revised milestones. The next one is the award design project, which we have in our budget. We built that in when we did the budget formula for 2026. So that would just be you guys give us, I guess, the revised proposal and a bill. And then,
yeah, it's going to be honored, whatever price was on that proposal,
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
So as long as we've received that signed page,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
okay. Yeah, I think we already approved the proposal, but had to wait until next fiscal year to be able to pay it.
And we'll send the work, I believe Joe's gonna send the work as it's completed, so
Okay.
it's not gonna be a lump sum, and
Okay.
there is a request for how to
That-
build that out.
That makes it a lot easier from a cash flow standpoint for us, especially because we only start taking in money, let's say like closer to June because of the property tax stuff.
Absolutely.
Okay. Is there anything that, since you're here tonight, that you guys want to bring up specifically?
Yes, I wanted to introduce Bob Preston.
Nice to meet you, Bob.
Yeah, he's designing the low pressure sewer system, so
Fantastic.
from this point forward, Joe, obviously, they work together, but he's
Yeah.
gonna be a big part in visual. If you have questions, you can always call Bob. And
Yes.
Bob, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
You
No.
did
You
it-
did.
you did it. I'm doing the low pressure. I'm doing the engineering. I do oversight everything that has to do with it. So if you have any questions, I'm able to answer them on the spot because I'm that familiar with it. But if not, I might have to go look and you can answer down the road. But feel free. I'm here for you.
Thank you. We're glad to have you on board. Thank you.
And then there are a couple action items. It is important to go over the proposed revisions to the milestones.
Yep.
Recognize you might do that at the
The Thursday meeting.
the Thursday meeting. Well,
The second
Board of
Thursday.
Supervisors.
Board of Supervisors. Yeah.
But I want everybody to take a look at the proposed dates. This is what we currently feel is reasonable to submit to DEP while recognizing things need time. So if you guys take a look at it, we have about a year to get grants and financing for the construction stage. Advertise for bids, award and complete construction is estimated to be about a 2-year process. We are hoping that these dates will be acceptable to DEP. And it's important for these to be discussed at next week's Thursday meeting because DEP requested a revised version of this at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
And they recognize that you guys are doing work. You've been making great progress. And so this is one of those acts of good faith to say, okay, we are moving forward and doing our best. And to guinea pig off these milestone dates, I mentioned the grant portion. I am hoping that tonight, and if it was on the official agenda, that we might be able to schedule a meeting with Representative Weeknecht. He's new.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel like
He's
if
very
we
local.
the history and say, we need an advocate, Marion Township, we need you, and explain why in preparation before we even finish the design.
Yeah.
That'll be tremendous because he's gonna keep an eye out maybe for discretionary funding, other pockets of money that I can't go into a portal and apply for. I think that's really important, and I would like to get that done within this first quarter of 2026.
Yeah. So I'm perfectly fine with
You have my
that.
full support.
Yeah. Whether it's you or Lisa or,
As many people as can come.
yeah, well, I meant to initiate it with.
Yeah,
with
okay,
next time.
yes.
I can't think of what her name is off the top of my head, but there is a contact with,
Okay.
because
Let's,
she's the one who actually got me the state flag.
okay. Yeah,
So-
reach out to her and see when is convenient for Representative Weeknecht. And then I'm sure we'll be able to find some way of getting as many, if not all of us there. If we're all there, I think we probably technically are supposed
We're
to
not
advertise.
gonna be making.
We're not,
any
that's true, we're not
decisions.
gonna be deliberating, so.
No, it's just explaining the history and what we've done so far and
Okay.
why it's important for him to
Yeah.
visit and advocate for Marion
Yeah,
Township.
so I would say let's find a good time per his schedule and then we'll rally and
Yeah.
get everybody there.
You
Yeah.
guys have to be your biggest advocate.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have to understand what's at stake.
Will there be others that we may line up?
We may want to revisit some of the reps that we already talked to, just to remind them that we exist.
Hey, we're back.
Yeah, Gebhardt's office is gonna be an interesting one,
Mhm.
to follow up with. It's been about 2 years since the, grant we won, the $69,000. So to get them back in the game and say, hey, we're looking at construction again from their end.
Yeah,
More towards Lebanon County, and then we have the more Berks County rep. You never know how they can interact and help support each
Yeah.
other. That would be a good thing.
Yep.
But first is let's get the new guy who's
yeah,
fresh.
let's, get in
Yeah.
front. I agree. Good suggestion.
And if I may, I'm just gonna take a look at other points here. Another thing with grants is we were awarded that second pool of money for sanitary sewer design. Lisa, I'll be checking in with you to make sure that some of the reimbursement requests have gone through. We
Okay.
need to identify that, look through the history, make sure that you've requested the reimbursement and also received it.
I
If-
think you asked me, and I think
Yes.
I did ask Irene, and I'm almost positive she said we did,
We did, okay, but
but I can confirm
yes.
all that.
I'd like to confirm because that's
Yeah.
important to make sure that you've gotten all the money that was granted to.
Yeah,
for that
I'll
particular-
write
Yeah.
this down, but you know, like John said, she's dealing
Absolutely.
with the family issue here, so. If I can like maybe check in next week with her, just let's see how things go with that and,
There's no rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
A week's not gonna kill it. If
Yeah.
you see anything in your emails between Deb and Brown, that would be great. Like, oh, you had this submitted. Otherwise,
yeah,
but it's on our radar.
okay,
Because it is important just to make sure
Okay.
as this moves forward, you've got every penny that was granted to you.
okay,
Perfect.
And then, let's see, I think the final portion is the sewage management program. I don't know if it's later in your agenda, but if I could mention it
please.
now.
Yeah.
The newsletter really should go out to the residents, and if the newsletter isn't prepared, maybe then it does deserve a separate letter.
It actually, unless you guys had stuff that you wanted to add to that, the only thing that had to be changed was the meeting dates on that,
Yeah.
and then it was ready to go.
Change
Yeah.
me, send it.
Yeah, okay.
okay,
I'd like to add an MTCA.
Okay, yeah, send it to us over on email and I'll make sure it's changed, because I did the layout. It's just plugging updated stuff into it. Yeah.
We need to get this out.
Yep,
Yeah.
agreed.
Every week we're late is
Yeah.
another.
Missed
reason for
opportunity.
people Not to do it.
Yeah.
And as growing season's coming up, it'll be spring before we know it, that's when they need to, there's no excuses that when the
Yep.
weather's good and they can get people out there,
Yeah,
they need to do it.
yeah.
how
Like
soon do you think you can get that done?
a couple of days, as long as I have the information from Kelly and,
Okay,
I can get that to you.
yeah,
tomorrow.
just send it to me and Lisa in an email and I'll take care of it.
all right.
One other thing,
Yes, next week I can get that out.
I wasn't sure. The sewer enforcement officer, we had talked about
Hmm.
changing it. Have we made a decision on that?
Kraft said that they would be
Crap?
able to do it
Yeah,
They said they would do it through a third
party,
party.
which we would just
Yeah.
appoint Kraft as it, and
Right.
Kraft sublets out to a third party.
Okay.
and I mean, if we want to go that way, I would recommend we go that way as
Yeah,
well.
I think that's kind of where we all landed when we were talking about it.
So how do we make that happen?
We would just at Thursday night's meeting, make sure that it's on the agenda, but we would just, officially appoint Kraft as the SEO.
So first off.
Yeah.
They already are.
Okay, did we
We
do that or did
appointed them
table
and
it?
then they were worried they couldn't do it. And then they went back and said, is it okay if we sublet it?
Yeah, so if
So,
we,
and
I'm
they've
trying
been,
to remember the exact specifics of the reorg meeting. If we actually appointed them as the
We did.
primary and Hydroterra as the secondary,
we did.
then we don't actually have to take any additional actions.
We just gotta let them know it's gone.
Ryan
correct.
this morning
Yeah.
was saying that really, the guy doesn't, he's contracted by Kraft.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to have him listed as a sewer. Now, Kraft would manage him.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if we leave it as Kraft sublets to that guy, and let's say that guy is in the hospital or decides to move out of state or something like that, we just say, Kraft, you gotta find somebody else to sub it
Okay.
to.
Or we just let
or we let
Hydroterra,
do
or
it.
we just let them do it.
Yeah.
Because they're already involved with all the
Yeah.
source stuff.
Yeah.
Already.
Oh,
Well, they
Yeah.
were you guys
They're
were the
usually the
alternate.
Yeah, we're the
Yeah,
alternates.
because I think that's,
But
Yeah,
you're
you
able to do
legally
it, but.
need a primary SEO,
Mhm.
and then you have to have an alternate in case of illness or that circumstance, and they have to be named.
Yeah.
So it can't just be Kraft, you have to actually have the name of the
Okay.
SEO.
So we need-
I have a note to look up because it's in the email. I know there's an email from Ryan with his name, his information on it, and I
Okay.
just have to find
Okay,
it.
so then all we would have to do then, if it's not 100% okay to have it just generic as Kraft, would be Kraft Municipal Group for that guy's name, and we would just
Yeah.
update that at the next meeting.
So if you can just put an email out to them and say, hey, Kraft, what's the name of the guy
Yeah.
you're going to do?
I think it's already in an email.
Do we have the names for the Hydroterra reps? 'Cause I think we just appointed Hydroterra
Yeah.
as the secondary.
Yeah, so it would be, me, I'm a licensed SEO, and then Joseph Borgione is a licensed SEO.
Today I learned.
Yeah.
All that.
Oh, yeah, Joe Boldas also is a licensed SEO, and Kristen is a licensed SEO. We all got our licenses, yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
So you have 4 to choose
I just
from.
operate wastewater plants.
Yeah, he's a licensed operator.
I'm
but-
actually going to be working on the reorg
Nope.
meeting
Okay.
minutes tomorrow. So I will see exactly how we
Yeah.
we
I
worded
think you
that.
just have
And
to
if you
make,
want me, I could just email you all the SEO info.
Yeah,
from-
do that,
Yeah, I'll
that.
just email you our license numbers and our names.
Yeah,
and then-
I'll do that, but I'll see exactly how, I'm kind of remember that we just did Kraft as
I think, I
CSEO.
We
very,
did.
very specifically remember
But I
when we
don't-
did Hydroterra.
Yeah, but I can't remember that part, if we
Yeah.
did Hydroterra
We
or,
did Hydroterra, we didn't
Yeah.
silo out any
Right.
names.
you may want to call Ryan Rhodes.
yeah, Rose, yeah.
Rhodes, and just kind of verify that, because he's the one who kind of
I-
said to use the guy's name. So
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly, it's been a long day, it's in an email, his name, his information is in an email.
I could bet it's Andrew something.
Uh.
Scan with the name, so it's.
Yeah,
That's
And
fine.
to follow up, since the primary SEO changed, we're gonna have to, as Hydroterra, let them know about Terra Tracker and the sewage management program.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna sign, we have to then unenroll SDE from the login access and then change it to the Kraft person.
Okay,
So whether Kraft gets the login and then subs it out to this guy, or they just want us to do it directly, we'll have to figure that out. It shouldn't take long. But they have to be familiar then with the sewage management program, because now as we're inspecting them, SCE will transfer their records over for what they inspected. And if there are malfunctions, then your new SEO is gonna have to take that over.
Yeah.
Particularly as we're getting into compliance now, if we want to do non-compliance notices in June, July, the new SEO has to understand how this works.
agreed.
And it sounds like the guy is well aware of this area. He's, I guess, local.
That's good. Bob, is
Alright.
there
Anything else?
anything?
No, you did it real well.
Okay,
Fantastic, and it was nice seeing you both.
yeah.
Seeing you.
Peter,
Yes.
are you folks aware that Septic Solutions
Mm.
has changed?
When's
their
the
name?
email? from?
Yes,
So I can
actually, we
find
need
it?
to update that because they say they got merged, like two companies together. The name changed. I got an email about it.
Okay,
It's Jeremy Benz.
But yes, that is something we need to update on the
You don't have to go and cover it.
oh, what?
septic solutions. The name of the company changed because they merged.
Oh, yes, Renew,
Renews.
yeah,
Yeah,
Renew Source, yeah. We actually just got something in the mail today about that.
Yeah, they're gonna have to message us the name change as well,
Okay,
because then that affects how they're in our system. We
Yep.
might have to kick them out and force them
Okay.
to re-register.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
fantastic.
and then I think that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. You're welcome to hang out or welcome to,
For the MTCA grant information, do you want to just, you could talk with Lisa and then you could call me separately and talk about that?
That would be item number 3, so I don't know if we can jump
I
to
mean,
item
yeah,
number.
jump ahead to item number 3.
Number
That's
3
fine.
quickly.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk the playground grants. So Kelly, I
I'd
know,
like to hear your perspective.
did you by chance share the design that you had gotten from McCarthy Engineering with Kim at all?
I'm gonna give you my business card.
I think that was, no, I don't think
Okay.
that was shared, but she said everything has to be done within the past 12 months.
I know, but I'm just saying it's a good place to start from. Yeah. Because that gives you a kind of an idea like, even if we have to get the design redone on it, you don't have to completely reinvent the wheel.
So I guess the big question is the township going to assist? MBTA?
That's the goal.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll make things a lot easier. To have the municipal.
And if we know, like, for example, if we know that, hey, we're gonna do this in 2027, then we'll build it into the budget for 2027.
Now, of course, I can't find my business card, Kelly, the
That's fine.
moment. I'll find it as soon as I get.
As soon as you get in your car.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can always email you too.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
I'll ask Lisa for that detail.
Yeah,
Or-
I actually have her email because you send
I'll
it.
get your email. You emailed me before.
Right,
I'll just email you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
so-
don't, I have it.
The other thing is just as a piecemeal state, not just the playground, but the swing set, because we had actually talked about trying to just do the swing set as a smaller
Yeah.
thing. There might be some grants for that. That might be a good starting point for, rather than trying to eat all of it at once, just let's do the swings first and see if we can get somebody to give us, you know, some money towards $20,000 worth of swings or something.
So for the, back to this milestones.
Yes.
We have to approve that.
We will have to approve that at Thursday night's meeting.
I'll have that on there.
Personally, I don't see anything objectionable
Yeah,
with this.
actually, we awarded it to Hydroterra.
Yeah. Yeah, we awarded the proposal to them. We just have to accept the
Milestone.
milestones so that it be communicated off to the DEP.
What, for MTC, like, what are our first steps that we need?
I think as a group, you need to decide if you want to do just a swing application versus the entire playground. I would maybe lean toward the swing because that could happen quicker than an entire.
Is this a 50/50 grant?
Sometimes
Yeah,
the
sometimes.
the grant provision stuff changes.
And it really depends on what type of equipment we're looking at. So I didn't know, I came in here not knowing the type of equipment, if it's the whole kit and caboodle, if it's something little.
Ultimately, we need the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
But I think the swings is a good, simple place to start to find your footing on getting the grant
Yeah.
applications.
And the big thing is the swings must stay. So if
Yes.
you get a grant and you're awarded the swings, you can't do a
Can't move.
design then that moves them. Yeah.
Which is where, like I said, if you go back to the McCarthy engineering one, you basically treat that like gospel. If you have to get it redone for the purposes of another grant,
Mhm.
you can have somebody basically redo the same thing and stamp it. But that gives you like a lock-in point where it's like, this is where everything's gonna be. So if we do this bit in one grant, we just don't touch it. We go and do the next thing. We do the walking track or a pavilion or, you know, play sets or whatever.
Right, so just keep in mind, all that playground equipment was there because the school kids would go right to the playground equipment and stuff,
Right.
right? So
It doesn't-
it don't have to be there, and it should be put in a position where we can get more parking. So when the kids are playing baseball, or if we have a whole soccer team in there, we can possibly find room for a parking lot so people can park.
For snow emergency.
Right, or snow emergency, if that makes sense. Not that I want to take anything away from the park, but no one can park
Yeah.
to go to the park,
Yeah.
except for that little
The
spot.
other thing is,
That was set up for the school.
It
yeah,
was.
it really was. I mean, the baseball field, not saying the baseball field's set in stone either, but the baseball field could potentially move too. We're talking a couple of bleachers and some poles and dirt.
Right.
And
No.
we could always move those tennis rings because
Yeah.
the one don't work anyway.
Yeah, they're
and
not in
starting to
great
get pretty
shape
beat
anyway.
up. We could put the whole soccer field in that side
I think that the bottom line
and
is
move all
don't-
that forward.
don't feel stuck or pigeonholed by anything that's currently there. The world is your oyster. If you're gonna ask for grant money,
If you're gonna ask for the whole
grant
thing,
money.
start figuring out where we want to put and how we
Right.
want to lay it out.
You get the layout and then just.
Yep.
Yeah, the other thing is parking. Once we get salt shed thing situated with the other building, we will have more lot space
Mhm.
over there that we could actually have
Yeah.
proper parking spaces.
Right.
So,
Sounds like a lot of planning to happen.
yeah.
Maybe it
It's a lot
wouldn't
to
be
take
good
in.
to rush for the whole kit and caboodle grant.
It's,
Yeah, but the swings,
Swings.
yeah, if you could find the manufacturer, see how much that equipment costs, and then we can research the right grant opportunity between Denny and I, whoever would like to coordinate that could be written, I think, really well and substantiate why swings would be helpful.
And I know Carl was looking at some different swing sets.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and if it's,
Jesse had some too.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
that one quote.
I think you're the only one that got a whole installation quote.
yeah,
Yeah, I got a whole quote.
As you guys are talking about soccer fields, baseball fields. Usually that involves a concession stand,
Yep.
bathrooms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we would like to put back.
I would love,
High-end of
I
it.
would love to see a sewer hookup for the park.
Yeah,
That
So,
needs to happen so we can have
Yeah.
events in the park.
yeah, when you, even though it may not be now, you might want to put that location close to our system.
Right.
Yeah.
no, I agree, because I think unanimously, if that's gonna be a thing, we definitely wanna hook the park up to it, so we can offer, restrooms or water fountains, or, anything else that would have a drain associated with it.
Yes.
That would be so good for the community.
It will, it will.
I guess next is I'll email you and we could talk about the swings and then the grant options and opportunities for that and plan for that. And then your committee can get together and really discuss what you might want. And Kristen that we work with, she's done some ADA playgrounds. If you want more suggestions for potential engineers, that's great. We could supply that. But it sounds like planning's important.
The quote I got for the whole swing install, I would rather you do the grant
Okay.
because we know you. But they had a grant writer and a whole plan, and they do layouts. They did all kinds of crazy stuff.
For nominal.
I don't know what the fee for that would have been. I didn't even go there. I only went for what would it cost me to put this swing set in and install it?
Where did you go?
I don't remember the name offhand, but this is the time now that we want to actually look at, okay, here's a drawing of the park and here's where everything is. Where would we put it? How can we make it make sense? Do we want to add the walking trail? Do we want to put the soccer field near the ball field? Do we want to grade that? This would be the optimum time to figure all that out, because if you put that swing set in there and we keep it, everything will have to go around it.
Personally speaking, I think it would make more sense to have the ball field and the soccer field in the back. But we weren't able to do that because the tennis courts and stuff like that have the playgrounds and stuff in the front, and have that stuff kind of tucked into the.
I think that makes more sense, because anybody driving down that back lane, if you would make that area a parking, they could just pull in.
Yep. But we can
just toss it.
formulate some suggestions amongst the
When you
MTCA.
say back, you're saying tree line?
Yeah, towards the tree line, like where the tennis
Doesn't need to
court.
be all the way. I'm not saying
Yeah.
down your bank.
Yeah, but just like, rather than being in the front, move it in the back. The alley? The alley's a dedicated alley.
Which lane are you talking about?
You said back lane, I didn't know.
He's talking
I'm
about the
talking
alley.
about the
He's,
town of Stoutsburg
Hunt-
back
Huntsinger?
lane.
Is that Huntsinger? Whatever the,
Oh, back, okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'm past the township building going
I'm
down.
not.
no,
talking to the
well,
lady down
past the township building is private lane.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, where you guys put the trailer storage shed thing and the multi-purpose courts, it might make more sense to get that graded flat and put a soccer pitch and
They're
baseball
interested.
field back
They're
there.
interested. They want to use the park. And then we have the infrastructure with bathrooms. We can put lights up, a real concession stand. We could
You could have a
actually do something.
building with bathrooms on one end and concession.
Just stands on the
stand.
other.
And then you
Yep.
can have events because we have bathrooms.
Concession stand. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Let's not get crazy now.
If it's close enough,
If you got sewer hookup,
close enough to the township building, we can run a water line over there. It's not all that complicated.
or if we have city water, we can run that.
I mean, running a water line is running a water line, whether it's well or
Right.
city. So
Great.
exciting.
Yep. So I'll email you. I'll carbon copy Lisa. Would any of you gentlemen
Copy
like
me,
to be
please.
copied?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if
Copy all of you.
you email supervisors
You'll
at
get
Marion TWP, it goes to all three of us.
Sweet, I'll do that. Yeah, so much easier.
She likes
Yeah.
that.
Denny, Jesse, and
Yeah.
Peter. But all right, great.
Okay, very good. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, kind of jumping back, Act 537, we already talked about the milestones. We already talked about Terra Tracker.
John's up.
Yep, John,
You got 2
anything
minutes.
for EMC?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, stay warm.
All right, I'll give you 3 minutes, just because they're talking about.
Well, you were here for part of it, so that's 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I would say, John, 3 minutes, I don't think.
I'm gonna. So last Monday, we had a EMS providers meeting here. Newmanstown EMS, Myerstown EMS, Westernburg was on the phone. Because he forgot, but he was sick and went home.
He just didn't want to come.
Now he's sick and he had knee surgery. I was calling him, picking his brain on stuff like that. He's I'm with knee surgery. I'm like, well, I still got questions for you. The fire chief was here also. And so what the rest of Berks County has done, other than a couple of the bigger townships, is just doing these big lump sums of 200, 300, 400,000, whatever it is. What Western suggested to most, pretty much everybody else has copied, is $45 a household for the EMS side of it, whether it's a tax, a levy, whatever you guys want to try to work on. A lot of places are a lot more, but also on that of when I spoke to Steve a few months ago, where the fire company wanted nothing to do with fund or a tax or levy or whatnot. He came back to me like, no, we would actually like to be involved with something. Because when I first asked him, I said, how you guys are paying for your next $1 million fire truck?
Yeah.
Like one of the ones I've been working with, just a basic engine right now, still $700,000-800,000.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous money. So whatever did come up with, I said it was like the 45 per household. If it was to 50, 55, 60, and that other portion of that is fire. And then whether the township did that, where they collected that as an escrow account, that when they are ready to buy a fire truck or anything like that, basically the township still has that money. That you guys are controlling it until they come in. Okay, we need to buy breathing apparatus because air packs right now are 10 grand a piece, or the next time county wants to change radios and stuff like that, but life safety equipment apparatus. So like that recommendation is like that minimum of 45 is what EMS is doing. That if you did it to 55 or 60 to start that ball rolling for fire. And again, there's no requirement in any of the legislation that you have to pay for fire, fire and EMS and whatnot. But the fact is, nobody's going to be doing it for free. Those days, it's done with. A lot of the townships I talk to, between fire chiefs and EMCs, there's some places they're at $50, $75 a household just for fire, and then EMS is a whole other one. But we got it. It's baby steps to start something, and basically you guys just got to figure out how to make that happen. But
Does the escrow fund have to be separated, or it could be fire and EMS?
that I don't know. That's
That's a Colin question.
It might be cleaner to keep it.
Because
might
there
be-
is,
It
you
might be
can
cleaner,
do,
but if it's split up, there might be rules about once it's split, you have to use it for certain things.
and that's where I think how you wrote it up per
Yeah.
se, but
Yeah.
you can't, there's two levies or taxes, however you guys do it.
Yeah.
I want to say you can do up to 10 mil for fire, and it's 3 or 4 for EMS. I mean,
That's a lot.
yeah, that's what you could go up to.
That's a lot.
And that's
Okay.
where it's like, if it was whatever that $45 works out to, whether it's just get added like to a tax bill
It would just,
or,
I
as
would
an
say
emergency services levy.
The tax bill thing.
But, and I wanted to make sure anybody that when I mentioned that to, when I said it was an emergency services fund, let's say, it is strictly for fire and EMS. EMA has nothing to do with it. I'm not asking for any of that. So as far as that ball has started to roll, because pretty much everybody's paying for it. I kind of wanted to duplicate like what Womelsdorf and Heidelberg and what they did.
And then that covers the household. So if they go,
Everybody in that house.
and if they
but
go to
they
the
still-
hospital, they don't get charged or.
Well, the insurance will still get billed, and how Western Berks does it elsewhere is if you're paying for that, whatever they get from the insurance company, they consider the bill paid in full.
That's what I was getting.
Yeah, and if it's not, they're still places. I mean, they're sending people to collections other places.
Yeah, effectively, like if it's Western Berks, then it would be the same as signing up for Western Berks.
Yeah. And like Myerstown doesn't do the fund anymore, anything like that. Newmanstown has nothing. This is like a bigger conversation I have to have over there now with them, because they're not paying for anything. They're doing less for like Newmanstown fire than you guys do for Marion fire. Which I didn't see, but briefly, after like our meeting today, some of the things that we're working on. Fire is looking at staffing, at least having a few people in the 48 to 72 hours of this storm.
Okay.
some of the things on that note, when I spoke to the chief and some of the guys over there, it's like they're really not set up for it per se, as far as having people stay there. So